All right. Hello. I have to double check today because I've had such an issue with OBS this morning, which is unfortunate. I hope we're not having too much troubles right at the end of, like, when we just have a handful of streams left. That would be very unfortunate. Everything does seem to be working though, so I'll point out the elephant in the room. You can see on the bottom right that I have purchased the 2 DLCs. I actually never purchased it until like right before this, so I actually should have some extra stuff. I'm probably not gonna use them, at least not until the DLCs, but I want to look at them. So, the Buster Sword! I at least want to claim it. And the Cortana from 14. Ooh. They're all 160, so they're all early game stuff. So I'm going to take it. Away 1987. Orchestrion Roll. And Torn from the Heavens from 14. And Through the Maelstrom from 14. That's cool. Very, very cool. So I at least want to put them on. Let's see it. See the Cortana first. That is so goofy. But oddly fitting. And then the Buster Sword. Oh, it has materia in it and everything. That's cool. Alright. Back to the Ragnarok. Ancient Sword. Now I want to see Away 1987. What's that all about? I'm taking a guess it's going to be at the very bottom. Yeah. The Sound of Silence. It's just silence. Alright, but anyway, Away. Keep it where it was. That is cool to have, though. Anyway, so we just have a little bit of story cutscenes to watch, and then an absolutely massive amount of basically we have to do everything in the game that we want to do before we finish. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of side quests, a lot of hunting. And then there's these stones throughout the game that I've been ignoring up until now. Because I like to do it at the very end when I've upgraded almost everything.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
The Dominion's demise was at least quick.
Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've said the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new mother crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? He's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge. Recorder of the Realm.
Rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you.
Oh, dang. Okay, we got a lot to read. Barnabas's mother, one of the few surviving descendants of the children of Zemeckis who fled from Valencia and took refuge in the outer continent, only returning generations later. She and her clan were devout believers in the Circle of Malleus, whose teachings she instilled in her son. Teachings and memories that he treasures to this day. Alas, her beliefs were also able to prove her downfall, as she was killed by a raid by the followers of a rival religion. Moss the Chronicler, far-fabled scholar of Valesian history and legend. When Hippocrates was but a boy, Moss visited his village on the outer continent. Perhaps seeing something of himself in the young scholar-to-be, the great master took him under his wing. However, their time together was soon to come to an end, for one day Moss and his journal were gone, leaving nothing but a note behind, in which read, "Seek knowledge." The young Hippocrates took those words to heart. Zemeckis Falls, a vast circular cavity carved from the Zemeckis coast. It is there the mother crystal known as Zemeckis once stood. In the Age of the Fallen, man, hoping to claim the power of the gods, laid siege to the crystal in an attempt to gain entry into his aether-rich heart. Rather than attempt to feud off the assault, he instead responded by destroying the mother crystal and its heart, the great crater left behind standing as a reminder of man's hubris. The continent, a vast landmass situated far from Valesian shores. Aside from the most intrepid traders, few have been known to brave the journey there or back. For which reason the characters and customs of people remain a mystery to most. Legends claim that remnants of the fallen fled thither from the twins when their civilization collapsed, but even the most bookish continental would be hard-pressed to explain what became of them in the intervening millennium. I think that's what leads some people to believe that that this is an island off the coast of Evilise, and this is the same world as Final Fantasy 12. But I don't think I quite buy it. But Drake's Horn, a mother crystal which stood in southern Ash, an area now lost to the Blight. The fall of Drake's Horn left Drake's Spine the only mother crystal on the continent and sparked a decades-long conflict for control of its aetheral bounty. After much bloodshed, it was the erstwhile nation of Veldermark which finally subjugated the warring tribes of Ash and established a kingdom around what is now Stonehere. The War of the Magi. One of the many great conflicts waged near the end of the Age of the Fallen, which mankind, fielding fantastical clockwork armies fueled by powerful magic, fought for control of the Mother Crystals. This, however, worked to hasten the drain of the Aether from the land, and thereby gave rise to the Blight. By the time the fighting had ceased and peace was restored, the wounds suffered by both humanity and the land had grown too deep to heal, and civilization began its slow yet inevitable march into darkness. It was only a matter of winters before the 1,000 years of knowledge used to build the great magic tech faded, and was eventually lost to history. The Circle of Malleus, the ancient religion from which more recent savior cults grew. Its beliefs were originally drawn from murals left behind by the people who lived near the Mother Crystals and Megis, but while at one point it was a faith followed throughout Valisthea, time and the fading of the ancient culture that spawned it saw it gradually fall from favor. The Inner Sanctum, sacred chambers in which the hearts of the Mother Crystals are enshrined, erected far before the time of the Fallen, when humanity was still in its infancy. Their original purpose was to simply provide protection for the fragile cores. As time passed, however, they were slowly transformed into places of worship. Echoes. Strange clockwork constructions often encountered in the near-fallen ruins. They were once only ever found protecting such structures, but in the aftermath of Primogenesis, beneath the blackened skies that followed, they emerged from the ruins at last and can now be seen all over Valisthea. Though widely assumed to be vestiges of the fallen civilization, it seems they were in fact originally servants of Ultima, created by him in a time lost to memory, and it was only over long years of scavenging wreckage from the fallen ruins that they took on the current form. Since Ultima's reawakening, they have been guided by his will and his will alone. That's kind of... That's, DLC spoilers, but...
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
That reminds me. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to get rid of this. Put on the Berserker ring. We have enough money. You don't even spend a whole lot of money in this game. You probably don't even need that trinket.
So, will it be?
I'll remember that for next time. The Defender plus 1's pretty strong. It's only by 5, and I like the Ragnarok better. But we'll upgrade these.
It'll last you a good while. No scratches, alright?
Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, we also have some letters, so... we're about to be back to accept some... I want to go ahead and get the explosion of side quests going. I'm dilly-dallying.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your swan shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back, and has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. Does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Alright, since we're walking by, we'll read the letters. It's probably just one or two anyway. A new life. While the going was slow and not without the occasional run-in with some struggling orc, I saw Edda back safe to the shadow I saw Edda back safe to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I like to think the poor lass opened up a little, telling us about her life and the life she wants for her baby. But I suppose it's up to us to make certain the little one gets it. Gav. Oh my gosh, there was a chest here the whole time.
Come to wish on a star.
That might
pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Playing this again has made me realize that
It's almost time.
Jill as a character
Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
really kind of falls off. Do I make for origin from the map? Because that's how I know that. Yep. There's the final location. So, but as you can see from all this green, and there's there's letters. No new hunts, but I'm sure more will show up. We got stuff to do. I am going to do this in a weird way where I am purposely seeking out 2 people first because they'll be party members that we can save for everything else. So,
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will. How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the duchy yet remained, and in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
where there's a will. That's weird. Guess you have to do something else to unlock Jill.
Wanted to give you something.
Is this?
I stitched it from the cloth you gave Hortense. The beast she said you liked best. I told her I used to enjoy needlework, but I didn't think she'd remember.
It's beautiful, Jill. You didn't have to.
When I was very little, I recall my mother telling me that young ladies of the court would give knights ribbons from their hair before they went off to war. I still wear mine, so I made you this instead. Red is the color of passion. The fire in your heart, fierce and bright, it binds you and your brother, you and your friends, you and me.
Our bond. May it never be broken.
And may it ever bring you back to me. I will always be here.
Thank you, Jill.
Hmm. Anyway. Yeah, we'll start accepting things. Jill's supposed to have a... I know it's weird. But we're going to just do Joshua's quest real quick. My beloved sons, I know that I must ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an Ardennes inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Fleet.
What are these
Whoops.
plans he spoke of? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream didn't end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies, with the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins. Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals, to see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message, nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath, but one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
We shall. Oh, I thought you meant like back in Rosaria. I was ready to teleport.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady.
Perhaps you could explain a little more. What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress, but with his grace long since gone, and and the stone left unclaimed. I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen.
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes, in fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Trying to remember, but I feel like there was another hunt in Titan's Wake too, I think. It might have been one we already disposed of.
Joshua.
Seems like a small area to fight an elder griffin. Yeah, I guess this is fine.
You deserve a rest.
Simmer.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
So that little teleport move is what the Berserker Ring does. I got stuck on the rock. Oof. Oh, okay, so that one does use up time. Alright. No, I don't need that. I don't know what that thing on Joshua does. Or that thing that Joshua put on me. Not sure quite what it does, but... I probably could have done that way earlier, but... Heartstone.
It's the Heartstone.
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Thank the Founder you were safe. Griffin is slain now.
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Godotha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion, and the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise that he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Godotha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the band, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Godotha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
Nice.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is.
that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may, that you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then,
Onward. To the end.
and to a new beginning.
Rusted battle helm. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain. This is why I like doing these particular missions first, because they give you what is like the canon Final Fantasy 16 party. So we should have another one waiting for us by mail. And we'll read the wages of fate, 'cause I'm pretty sure it's Joshua, yeah. Do you remember what you told me that night at Phoenix Gate? That while the fate of Rosaria sits on my shoulder, the fate of the dominant sits upon yours. But are we not both dominants of fire? Does not the flame of our forebears burn in both our hearts? Should I not protect you as you protected me? You have chosen to be my shield. Now let me choose to be yours. Is this not what our father wanted? What Cid wanted? To cast aside fate and forge our own path. Grant me this, Clive. Let me be your strength. But we want to do this one. Concern for Jill. Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction, before we depart for the skies. I should speak more on this in private.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Priceless.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different. But since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. You still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join
so much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Pretty close here.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
there's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Nance Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. You,
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Quick little, almost needless excursion.
Let's hope one of the gardeners
Um,
knows where to find snow daisies.
so what Oh, going the wrong way.
Say what you will. This should tide us over to a new moon.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
The fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recall that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oldfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
And what can I do for you? An excellent choice. The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets if we don't cooperate.
The way things are going at the garrison, it'll be up to us. Defend the town soon.
With what? Some carrots and a
I would speak with this duke.
I saw the captain just now. He wasn't wearing his uniform.
Because he had it.
had it on mute, but I was complaining about Odin's, jeez. Don't miss. Okay. Oh, it missed the ones way over there. That sucks.
That was harder than I expected. But Founder, it was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. You remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to.
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. torn at best. I felt so trapped, so lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there, your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks, and I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
She should have had her own DLC. Not gonna complain about the ones we got, but she deserved her own. The Snow Daisy Garland and Shiva's Kiss. And now we have a full party. Oh, we've also unlocked the Echoes of the Fallen questline and the Rising Time questline. Yeah. Got to make sure to not hit those. We're doing that after we beat the main story. I hate that those are going to be hovering there, though. That is kind of annoying. But but it's worth it because I wanted the full party. So anyway, surprised there's no side quest left in this area. All of that is situated, huh? So we're now just going to be accepting a bunch of different missions throughout here. We'll do Byron's.
Clive, my boy. Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh? I would have done the same for anyone else. You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests? From what little I saw, you were right to be worried. I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly. But where do we start? True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart. But how would one even begin to unite the realm? The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together, but I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel. I thought he was retired. He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter. Of course you have. And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy? Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes, and if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it. That's the spirit. I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas? Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith. Excellent. Thank you, Uncle. No, thank you, Clive.
Three's Company. I probably will keep doing this kind of one at a time, because this is the final stretch, you know. I'm scared to talk to Karen now, because of accidentally starting the quest. I'm looking at Blackthorn, because I want to... about to do some selective hunting in a second. Okay, we still need quite a bit. It gives our hint that the Darksteel and the Primitive Battlehorn are through a mark. So, but anyway. Dang. There really is a hole where the Dominion once was.
Do you see that too?
Yeah, this is why I like doing that quest first. It just feels right to have Torgal, Joshua, and Jill for the rest of this.
Ready, go?
That must actually be terrifying to see. Oh, wait, were they actually slain, or... I feel like an actual Zantek Sukin would... Yeah.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore, but I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. Doesn't change who I am. Or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos, but I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right, but in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. But when it comes to honeyed words, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either, and I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Before we go, I did notice this chest. Oh, we were just having a casual chat while these guys were just laying around, huh?
cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, the people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of curse-breakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Oh, he moved.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes.
Another outlaw there. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Rossfield Manor.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with a kashik?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more unto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Pretty decent amount of EXP for just all we did was take over or destroy a few soldiers. Is there a quest down here? Nah.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter, and something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now, and while I'm well aware that you've forbidden curse breakers from
Nobody's tool. No, no. Ugh.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Okay, so this is a new area. I should have looked at the hunt board, because there are a lot of hunts in Waloed. We could have gotten 1 or 2 done while we were here. What is... Oh, it's a lich. Oh. Well...
I take it.
None manning the gates. No. If
Whoops.
Chadwick was being held here,
My finger actually slipped for that one.
I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not.
Did I not say use key? Balmung Dark Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Malud hereby designates the facility a prison for the detainment of bears both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof can be punishable by death. Captive bears have been provided solely for the pursual of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bears in any other capacity.
This place was no ordinary prison, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Wonder when the last time a Kuza beast was mentioned. Is it 6? Final Fantasy 6? That's the earliest I can remember. Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped the successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants, and such deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bear captives be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Waluder lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. What happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Memoriam of Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with the insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature has observed to kill and consume the bears assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of the training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
I want to see what's this way first. I knew there'd be something.
reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast, armed with nothing but their wits. And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Alright, we got a jailer's key.
Let's see what we can find down here. Survivor. She sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Be ready.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Chadwick sent you.
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
It's out there waiting for me.
Alright.
Don't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
For some reason I associated Kuza Beast with like yellow, but I'm guessing yellow would be King Behemoths. Oh, it is. It counts as a mark. Alright, Kuza Beast, rank A.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
I so dodged that one. We still gotta master, like, the order to do that, because we're getting half of what that should be.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature...
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Sometime later.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore, so we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own, and he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles, and the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Quest complete. Ooh, almost 46. Probably one more good mission. Those missions that have, there was a lot of good combat there and a mark. It does say a new mark, the new hunt is there, but it's probably just confirmation of the Kuza Beast. See, we'll take a look. I also want to take a look at the ones that are left anyway, so. I also should be looking at what drops from them. Oh no, there is straight up a new one. The Masterless Marauder. The Looter Armory captures such beasts and tried to train them to serve, but this particular specimen training has long since ceased, whether its captors turned Akashic with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds. We shall never know. All we do know is that there is none left alive who knows the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will survive. That's the King Behemoth, I'm pretty sure. We do want to get rid of these rank A's at some point. But I want to save the. I would like to save the rank S's until we have whatchamacallit, the Gotterdammerung, the Twilight of the Gods.
Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive.
Okay. Let's do his.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits that you should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Trial and error.
Northreach. I suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Lazare might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Who'd you think?
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. It sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine curse breaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits. Right, I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Press me.
Where are you?
Good girl. Run like the wind.
At least I don't have to level up Ambrosia like I had to do the Chocobos in 15.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword! Oh God! Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
That should finish it. There you go.
Ember, are you gone? Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then. A fortress?
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. By the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, is there? And he did it all on his own.
But Sid,
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. That's aced you a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. And any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. By sniffing out that lot. Young Ember here has shown he has a conk and an R. Wouldn't do to waste him now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Good nerd.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will ya? I won't have him thinking he's been half done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days, but that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
And that'll definitely make us reach the point for level 46. Nice. Oh, another quest is unlocked by that one. Okay, I want to see the rewards because we've done a lot and we have not gotten a new reward. Maybe it's the last one. Okay, there are only 2 left, and it's 2 3 6 5 and 2 850. Huh. Ooh, but that's the Genji gloves, one of the best accessories.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
That might actually be it. Well, I don't know what the DLCs are. I don't know what to expect from the DLCs at all. So I guess I can't say that with any certainty.
What do you think happened?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No? Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's invention. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning. Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them, but not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it. First I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Mididol mentioned a new project? Not exactly.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered...
Just realized I was muted through all that. I'll repeat that in a second.
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. I don't know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Bidza. All that's left of the village anyway, but don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason
reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. Well, what I said is I'm doing pretty good in Hide a Hunter 2. But, we, where we are in the game is, we're kind of closing in on the end. Right before you go to the final boss, there is a massive burst of side quests, because this game doesn't encourage a post-game, really. It wants you to do everything that you want to do before you go to the final boss. So that's what we're doing right now. All the busy work, and then it's so much stuff that's going to take 2 or 3 streams to do. Especially since, like, you know, people criticize the side quests in these for being wordy. And even though I do like that they are wordy because they're very lore heavy and stuff, they still take a while because of that. So, a lot of side quests to do. And, limited time to do it. But either way, this game, within 2 or 3 streams, we should be wrapped up here. Oh, I thought I was gonna miss that. Oh, I forgot that those don't work very well in the Adamantus, because they can only be hit from the front. So anything that doesn't hit them right in the face is not very effective. What the heck was that? Oh my gosh, I wasted that whole stagger bar. Because I'm thinking too much about the whole fact that you can't hurt it from the sides. See, this move doesn't even do a whole lot of damage to it. Because only the flames that hit his front do anything. It's almost down, though. We're fine. I keep on trying to dodge Jill's ice. Nice. Okay. Got our shell.
If Mid needs another, she can come and get it herself.
And PETA can come try me. Turtle soup for dinner, yeah. Yeah. Mid only needs the whatchamacallit, the shell. So we can use everything else.
After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
We'll beat up this goblin, but nope, we don't need that. Was it just showing me where the other bit of oil is? No. It's just saying where the middle of it is. Okay. There's one more tub of it lying somewhere. Ah.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0. And the cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait, the children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
I'm surprised they did the fast travel to the end when it wasn't the end of the mission. They usually don't do that.
Sid, is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine.
I still get thrown off guard by how obvious it is that it's a grown man voicing that child.
What is it? Is it an airship?
The other two are fine, but that one on the right.
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot. We remember.
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds. Just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Well, could they have it?
They did. They kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? Be perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. So sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question.
have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Love that it has Sid's theme playing. That's very sweet.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big, but it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one, and I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Got a model airship. Okay. I think I got it in me for one more quest. Why not? Litany of Errors. Wait, it's up here, isn't it? Yep.
Exactly. She seems preoccupied.
We don't come up here often.
Then again, when isn't she?
I will not let them be fooled. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now. I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. Badbach Conservatory, or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But the institute
Whoops.
was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please, even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
The Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plain.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Litany of Errors. Going across, I probably should be checking for hunts, but against my better judgment, we're just going to go straight there.
Run like the wind.
So I'm sure there's a not very threatening rank A that we could deal with. gotta keep going this way to get up there. Is that right? No, we gotta keep going this way to get up there.
That'll do, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry's still here.
By my conservatory writ of incorporation, the Kingdom of Elude hereby incorporates this institution, wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the state as soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. A bearer disposal within its bounds is punishable by death.
Disposed of.
Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructor shall dictate. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I have subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries within the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wife's, all of them. All these children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer. And so I have decided. Tomorrow I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and enter my accursed course beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the skies in supplication, and beside me my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, of all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
He said his was under the white tree, and I see one over there. I'm just wanting to look at everything else first.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Yep. Ballback server, registry of bearer losses. And so it shows their names, all their, yep.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. Where is the architect of all this misery? This place is cursed.
Can you not? That move can't even finish off. That's... I'm starting to rethink Odin. It is great for small areas, but...
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
I hear that you traveled to Ash. Sid, did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did.
If I may, their registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survive. All their names are here. The ones we lost, my friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation, never offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
Why did I make it out alive when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach. And the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering. In the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Very nice. And that's where we're gonna... let's look at the... Let's look at this. So there could be any disclosed amount of side quests at the reading table. But other than that, we only have one left here. I'm pretty sure it's Gav. And then we're gonna have a few more in the various places. At least 3 more. So we'll get those, and we'll get some hunts next time. So thank you for joining me, and stay awesome.